Hey there, I hope everyone's well. We're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space to provide us some beautiful, loving, and divine messages, heads up, whatever we need to know at this time for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light and love, and so it is. Tapping in, let me know you're here, you're present to receive a message. Tapping in means connecting, saying yes to receive, and allowing, so you can also like, share, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. And we have, I haven't even finished my intro. Jeez. All right, courthouse in the side position. I have a gift, someone being judged for something, and then a thief. And then I have courthouse here. So there could be something playing out here. Someone's dealing with some legal issues. This could be a couple. I'm getting that there's currently a couple who may have thought that they could get away with their deception, betrayal. You know, I'm getting like trying to fool people, con people, steal from people, manipulate people. Like there's this, there's karma playing out here is what I'm getting. There's lessons being learned here. I feel like, you know, right now they may be dealing with court. They may be waiting to hear from the ruling of what happened in court here. So I'm not exactly sure what this gift is over here. I feel like it could be something that they thought that I'm getting like they may have stolen something. So, or taking other people's money and spending it on themselves. So this could be like identity theft. This could be credit card theft. This could be some sort of like taking from others so that they benefit, okay, in whatever way that is. This could play out in numerous ways, but bottom of the deck energy is, yeah, these two are con artists. They pretend to be something that they're not. There's this, you know, conniving energy here. So I feel like there's definitely things playing out here for the energy I'm picking up on. I feel like this has been a long time coming is what I'm getting, because there's this like expectation that like this would eventually catch up to them kind of energy too. And I feel like that's currently what's playing out here is they've gotten caught up is what I'm getting. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. There was some sudden wealth. Okay, we'll take it. All right, I feel like there is like a jackpot. Okay, and then there is a coffin. Let's see. Okay. Someone may have paid money to create some sort of ending for somebody. Okay, in the distant horizon, sudden wealth here. There's something that like, and this, I'm lining it up with the thief. So it's kind of like, here's what's really going on is there's something that, you know, one is attached to this couple. Okay. I feel like it's kind of like, some very shadowy energy here, but I feel like this couple did stuff for the sake of like financial gain. Okay. And maybe made promises that their asses could not cash. I feel like distant horizon, this could be like your business or something on the internet or some sort of needing to uproot from somewhere to reestablish roots elsewhere. Like the anchor's been pulled. Like I feel like what's done is done energy from this here. It's a 9. It adds up to a 9. This is a 10. This is an 11, okay? That's 1, 1. And then we have a 6, all right? So there's, you know, definitely someone is being like held to account for some immoral and some lack of integrity stuff here when it comes to their dealings with people. Let's see if, look at, we have a courtship at the bottom of the deck here. All right, so what else do you want to say about this? And then we'll get some more info. Okay, because we're also going to use the this persona deck. Okay, and it's kind of like helps us identify like personalities and character traits and things like that, and you know, zodiac signs and things like that. So we'll see. What do we have here? Privileged lady. So this was to somehow affect a privileged lady, or someone appeared to be a privileged lady, or maybe someone thought someone was a privileged lady, but there was some sort of like scam here, maybe. So I feel like their shenanigans is kind of playing out here. Then I have high honor too. So interesting. Great fortune. Okay, and then wealthy man. Okay, so there's, you know, there's something great coming in over here. I feel like the other side of the coin is this great fortune, and I feel like it's this privileged lady and this wealthy man. What's happening with them? Let's get another card on the, what's this? Thoughts. Someone is like you're heavily on someone's mind. You're being considered, you're being remembered, there's something tied to like creativity here. Okay, I'm getting like you may have lived together once before. Maybe they're like reminiscing of what it was like when they were in that family dynamic, which they are no longer. Or they could be thinking about you in this way, like, oh, you know, how can we get together and, you know, find a way to be with one another? So it could be either way. Let's see. Let's get confirmation on one of the, is it both? Is it one of those? Which one? If you want to point one out. Okay, what's this? Mature man. So it's not the past person. Okay, is what I'm getting. Someone who might be a bit older, more mature. Yeah, I feel like they want to maybe reach out and see if you're interested. So there could be a courtship. Someone's thinking about courting somebody. Yeah, I feel like this is an official person. Okay, and then we have you kind of have, it's like you have faith in this coming, right? There's this like this knowing and this being patient. Good things are worth waiting for, is what I'm getting. There is this like message of concern, or someone wants to maybe bless you in some way. Or someone's concerned because you're about to receive in some way, or like a dream is coming true for you, unexpected income. So this could be an opportunity or something to that effect. Let's see what this is. I'm just gonna organize this a little bit so I can focus. Okay, we'll do it like that. I see the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, so the message of concern is that someone feels like they are in a bad way and may want to ask for a handout from you because they may feel like you would give it to them. Some of you, so just kind of something about what you do. Okay, so also what I'm getting is that you might be receiving some sort of like opportunity here that is really going to change your life as it relates to like how you do it and what you do. And it's aligned with your soul's purpose and path. So this will be a new journey. This is like a new door opening for you. So this is also would be someone's concern too, because they can't come with you. They're stuck where they're at. All right. I feel like this also could lead to marriage, or they're stuck in the marriage that they're in. Take it for however it's worth. But I feel like this is someone that you might be either hearing from, or yeah, you might be hearing that there's someone who's, you know, not doing well on the other end of things. I feel, but you're focused on what's ahead of you. And they may not be feeling well. Okay. Main male. Okay. Pathway, that's here. Main male. Change. Okay. High honor. Yeah, I feel like there's something coming in that you might need to really think about, because I feel like whatever it is, it's like for your highest and greatest good, right? It's something that is in alignment for you, and this is going to bring about change. And it very well could be, you know, offered by someone who's, you know, upstanding, I would say. Let's get more info. I'm going to put this deck down because there's some characters I want to kind of get some info on. So let's see. Mature man. We have those that are in court. And then we have poverty and imprisonment. So I'm wondering if maybe there has been a ruling, and maybe the ruling is that someone is at least feeling very left out, abandoned, and stuck in some sort of situation that they can't get themselves out of. I feel like this is playing out now. I feel like there is something that's coming in that, you know, is in alignment for the collective. I feel like many of you are going to be experiencing some major shifts in life, and I feel like you've really done a lot of work on your ascension, and that's being represented here with this pathway card. So many of you are even in like you're walking through the path, regardless of whether, you know, it's shadowy or not, like you're doing the work. And so I feel like you're transforming along the way, and you're trusting the process. And so that is what's beautiful. I feel like there is something coming in here that's, you know, going to be beautiful. And you're being seen, you know, as someone who's, you know, understands their value and worth and can be proud of themselves. So I feel like this is also like being blessed so that you can bless others. Okay. Even if it's in like the smallest of ways or the largest of ways, it doesn't matter. It's about intention, right? That's another thing. I was like, the other day I was thinking, I'm like, universal exchange would be intention, right? That's how you exchange with one another, and based on your intention, that would be the currency exchanged. And then you'd be held, like you're held accountable for it, right? Because it's like one of the main principles, right? So, yeah, it would be the principle of cause and effect. So, anyways, just a thought. This gift here, I feel like somebody thought that they were going to make it out big, or someone thought that like they, you know, were going to receive someone else's gift or blessing or something like that. So there's some sort of like conspiracy here. So I don't know. We're going to get into some more info here. All right. So let me just, all right, let's clarify the mature man. Instinctively gains societal power. So this energy, the mature man, Your key point of evolution is to integrate emotional intelligence into your actions instead of solely focusing on tactical moves to climb the social or career ladder. It's almost like it's like someone who's self-taught, socially mobile, razor sharp career focus, very ambitious. They also can be like manipulative and tactically adept. This is also mentioning Capricorn, as in like I use. So instinctively gains societal power is who this mature man is. Okay. What about the thief? Actually, let's do the main male. Main male. Okay. So who do we have here? Scorpio, I desire. So this is the adjudication. All right, so no taboos. It says no limits. So this is what is going on regarding the judgment here, like being in court, right? Being in front of a judge, dealing with the legal system. No taboos, exploratory sex, popular into the occult sex, death, and the afterlife. Intuitive, strategic, inherited wealth, manipulative, mysterious, and spiritual. So whatever they were doing, they're being held accountable for it. This could be in the physical realm as well as the spiritual realm. So that's the adjudication playing out here. And then I was asking about emotional need to belong. Someone feels like, let's see, I know, and then it says share your creativity. Okay, so full of dreams and aspirations, idealistic, community involvement, highly social, changes goals, close family, friendly, fickle relationships, lofty aspirations. You hate being lonely, so connecting with people or groups is vital to your happiness, but you are very impressionable, so choose associations wisely. And then it says, I will, Leo, share your creativity, entertaining, spiritual, sociable, fun, protective, devoted, stubborn, artist, highly motivated, emotional extremes, creatively and obsessively pursues goals. Instead of making yourself the centerpiece, Pluto challenges you to use your innate creative talents, gifts, and magnetism to somehow benefit humanity. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. This is like a bit of polarity here. It's almost like, you know, the energy that was maybe strung up here, right, might have been used to benefit humanity in some way. I don't know. Instead of making yourself the centerpiece, Pluto challenges you to use your innate creative talents and gifts and magnetism to somehow benefit humanity. Wow. And then I feel like somebody may have been influenced by their associations for the sake of needing to feel like they belong. There's like full of dreams and aspirations, idealistic, community involvement, highly social, changes goals, friendly, fickle relationships. You hate being lonely, so connecting with people or groups is vital to your happiness, but you are very impressionable, so choose associations wisely. Wow, this is interesting. I feel like this has to do with like a friend group. This has something to do with like who they hung out with, what were they doing amongst those people. They may have gotten caught up into a lot of stuff that they are now being held accountable for. And yeah, interesting. I feel like there's codependency here. It could be a lot of like prioritizing feelings and opinions of others and what they think of them. And that might have been like why they did the things that they did. And then they try to find sense of self in like a partnership, not really having a sense of self on their own is also what I'm getting. Okay, so, and then I have Cancer, I feel is sentimental. There's sentimental energy here. So, yeah, everything that you love and makes you feel loved is at home. Think which you will fill with harmony and visually appealing things. Home is where your heart is. So someone might be reminiscing here. I was picking that up earlier. Okay, well, you know, that's some of that energy. What's with this gift? Can you tell us what the gift is? Someone is unsure of their identity. They take on the identity of others, suspicious. Maybe somebody was promised something. I'm getting, don't know who you are. There's unclear objectives, peaceful, dreamy, poor boundaries, just lets life happen. People take advantage of your hesitancy to assert your will, triggering an aggressiveness with boundaries you often feel are crossed when that wasn't their intention. So someone may be spicy, right? It's Aries energy. But just, you know, reactive. Okay. Libra rising. Your ideal romance is pleasurable and harmonious, but if it falls short, you can become critical and demanding. Find a partner who makes an effort to engage equally. Yep, someone's being encouraged to, you know, evaluate things. Let's see. Hesitancy in communication. This is Gemini, I think. Finds abstract concepts difficult to grasp. Intelligent. Blocked ability of expression. Needs first-hand experience. Scholarly. Hates small talk and over-reliance on logic. Because your brain works differently than most, your perception of reality is actually a gift. Journal to work out mental blocks and increase your confidence. Okay. Interesting. Must be a unicorn. All right. Struggles with material possessions. This would be a Taurus like I have. And then we have plagued by money problems. When spiritually aligned with your higher self, you can master the ability to intuitively create abundance and wealth. Okay. So someone may feel like they have a low self-worth. Maybe it's hard for them to hold on to money. Sometimes they struggle with boundaries and they're making poor money decisions at this time. So just be aware of your connection to money and your worth. So they're related. So kind of do a scan and see if there's anything there that could be cleared. Pluto in the house Scorpio. I desire merging with others for soul evolution. Now we're talking. Your soul evolutionary path is to grow into something beyond yourself and to plumb the depths of the human experience through many intense emotional experiences. So I feel like you know, for some of you, you're going to be understanding the boundaries of yourself. You could be learning some esoteric wisdom and knowledge, and you may be desiring intimacy and taboo experiences, and maybe even the psychology of power and control and how energy works. You're a deep thinker, you desire deep relationships, and you have an energetic understanding. So I feel like this is going to be super hot. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah? Yeah, and then there's this energy of expansive horizons. Wow. Adventurous, relaxed, lucky, curious. Your adventures bring you a wealth of experience, information, knowledge, and money, and you love to share your ideas and things you've found with others. So this is just sharing your experiences. It's like you tuning into you, and you're like a great channel, right? So I feel like you're you're generous, you're philosophical, you're inspirational. Maybe you like to travel. You're curious, you're chill, and you know, I feel like people would like to get to know whoever this is. So yeah, very cool. This was fun. All right, I hope you guys like this one. We'll just do a cleanup a little bit. Let's see, there's a lot going on. Let's see. Fascinating. I use this Kipper deck. It's very good. Let's see here. I'm gonna use this new deck. Let's see what this says. All right. Oof. Here we get Knight of Swords. All right, Four of Cups, the Lovers in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like there's this like maybe someone wanting to come towards you with a message, or there's these like heavy thinkings going on, maybe even having to reflect on the past and realizing like there's a bit of depression there, maybe a bit of missed opportunities. I feel like where they're at, it's not happy. They know that you're not happy with them either, and they're feeling a bit of like despair, maybe. There's a need to learn karmic lessons here and overcome the challenges that they've been experiencing when it comes to how they show up in relationships and how they treat one another in relationships. And, you know, this card, Knight of Swords, talks about someone who's being very blunt, kind of it can be a bit bullying too, depending. But this one's in the upright. If it's in the reverse, I would say it'd be more like bullying, but maybe this is about wanting to, maybe receiving communication about somebody as well. It could be coming from outside. So yeah, I feel like there's an upheaval playing out here for someone you might have dealt with in the past. And there's trust issues, there's imbalance, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. So Seven of Swords energy at the bottom of this deck, I think. So this is talking about someone who's a coward, someone who never really, you know, handled the situation. I feel like there was a lot of lying. They were masking as well as trying to get away with something for their own self-interest. So I'm getting like, you know, any information you receive from this person, I feel like it's not going to be anything you don't already know. Okay, for many of you, I feel like you knew it was going on the whole entire time. I feel like now it's catching up to this person, and the people they associate with are finding out the truth. Okay, things are being revealed. And this person was cheating, they were conning, they were strategic, they were trying to, you know, get away with whatever they thought they could get away with. And I feel like that's coming to an end, okay? There's external forces involved as well. So this is like, you know, a big push for them to make life changes or whatever, however this plays out. This karmic lesson is going to be a catalyst for life changes, okay? And it's because of how they handled themselves, right? They were cowardly, you know, would be nice to your face and then stab you in the back later, you know, heavy betrayal, snake in the grass energy, okay? So, what else do you want to say? So they're being held accountable for doing something that afflicted a lot of pain and suffering to some degree, because they're in court and they're dealing with legal issues in some sort of way. Okay, 5 of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. So there's like this competition energy, arguing, personality clashes, chaos, drama, misunderstandings, opposing one another. Someone lost their temper and lost an opportunity on top of that. There's just a lot of conflict going on. 5 of Cups. Yeah, I would say that there's this like trying to overcome all the despair, okay? I feel like maybe someone was giving to someone else behind their back, and now, or this is like playing out. Page of Swords. Look at this cute Page of Swords card. Cute. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of like what goes around comes around energy here. Okay, the 6 of Coins is like balance being restored, quid pro quo, as well as like equal give and take. So I feel like this 5 of Cups in the reverse says that, like, you know, there's like, what do you, like, all of this drama, chaos, and competition, like, for what? Like, someone needs to just move on and let things go. This is like trying to overcome the despair of all of this mess. And then there's this like balance, right? And then the Page of Swords here, it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's information here that's coming out about maybe what's been going on here. I feel like someone might have been giving to multiples or to others behind someone else's back, and maybe the truth is being revealed. Or there's, I feel like there's finally like receipts of this, or there's proof of this, or I don't know, something like that. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, this has something to do with like you reap what you sow energy. And then we have the 9 of Cups. This is being fulfilled, like feeling fulfilled and happy. So I feel like you're not missing the past. You're enjoying the present. You have beautiful long-term plans that are coming to fruition, and you're reaping your harvest. And what you invested in was good planted seeds, and you're completely content, where this energy is not content. Okay, so you do not want any kind of anything here. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, we have an Emperor in reverse here. Look at, come on now, like, who wants that? You once did. However, we have moved on from this. We have learned from this. We have grown through this. And here's the thing, like, they're going to be going through their lessons here, their karmic lessons. And so this energy was inflexible, undisciplined, maybe absent father issues, or might have been rigid, dominant, aggressive sometimes. And so there's wounding within us, right, that we were asked to work on, right, as a result of this energy mirroring back to us what is unhealed within. So this was a great learning opportunity for those who can resonate with dealing with some of our unhealed wounds, shall we say. We all have them, y'all. We all have them. Yeah, I feel like this energy is known. There's information, confirmation coming out about this 7 of Swords, which is this coward, this one who thought that they would get away with whatever. They were sneaky. They betrayed you. They did things for their own personal self-interest and gain. They were strategic about it. They made plans. So I feel like there's proof about the plans that they made to somehow betray you. And I feel like they're being held to account and judgments playing out. They're waiting, like there could be some sort of like recent court or something, but there's a turning point here and they're learning karmic lessons, and there's an upheaval, and this is involving external forces too. I'm getting like there's information, or there's some sort of like communication here about this. Yeah. For the sake of material gain, what people will do for money and shiny things. I feel like somebody was, I feel like somebody abused finances, whether they were personal, business, or other people's finances, as if they were their own, and they paid and bought nice things, and I don't know, something shady like that, like credit card fraud or some sort of fraud, something like something that lacks integrity. And I feel like it's as a result of like a scarcity mindset, like feeling like they have to, like this is what, shows value here. So, I feel like there's a need to, I don't know, prioritize what's really important in life. I think is what's happening. That's the lesson, is like what's truly important in life. Material gain, or there's other ways, I guess, other ways to live. Everybody has free will choice, right? All right, you guys, hope this was fun. I got to explore some cards that I don't get to use all the time, so thank you for being with me as I discover them, and I hope I'll see you soon. Talk to you later.